Is it always toeing in? Does it always cross the same way when the owner moves it around? You know, is there something they're doing that you can pick up with their little tail, or they hold their tail to the side? And so that gives you an idea of, okay, those are things that are off from center. So if they change, that's something you can look for a change after you've worked on and adjusted things or acupuncture. So, kind of like we did with the dental stuff, handy dandy things that you can. I typically go through and start with the face, and I'm just putting a gentle pressure on those meridians and feeling. Do we get a response? And she's probably going to say no, anything because we worked on her. But this is what I would normally go through, and I do it on both sides. Now, again, she's not really doing much, but what I would expect as I come, you know, down her muscle here, if this was sore, a little twitch, give me a little indication. And I kind of have a 0 to 5 sliding scale that I keep in the back of my head. 0 is no response, which so far we're at 0, and 5 is they kind of hit the ground and kill me. So somewhere in the middle is normal. This will be a response. Anything with a, let me see if I get her cycle here, because that was the only thing that went up there last time.
Her doing this on one of our horses probably saved someone's life because she discovered that he had major issues at his spine and his vertebrae, and it was exactly because she came out and did one of these that we discovered it, because she had a layman's exam that didn't show it.
Right.
So it was her doing that saved us.
And part of that does come from traditional veterinary medicine versus Eastern medicine, or sorry, Western medicine versus Eastern medicine. In vet school, you're basically taught to watch the feet, and you know, where's the lameness, where's the head bob. And you'll notice with chiropractic and acupuncture, you tend to float up more and watch the hips and watch the spine, and you're paying more attention to that. But part of the reason for that training is that in traditional veterinary medicine, there's not much we can do for this. It's like we pay attention to the stuff we can fix. So once you know that you have something else in your toolbox, it's like, oh, we'll work on that, we'll try that. You notice other things that, you know, before didn't matter because there's no reason to collect that data because you can't do anything with that data. You know, that kind of deal.
We'll see if we get more response out of Santiago and then
All right,
we'll.
this is one of our newer rescue infants. He's 27, and before he came to us, he'd never been off the field he was on, never been had dreams, never been inside a barn, so he's experiencing a very new life right now. And he's about to wait about 3 weeks, but he'd never seen a vet. The guy who came and said, let's go over here. No, his owner said, I don't need a professional. I can chop his feet off.
And you're like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he was actually seized, so.
Does everybody see that kind of bounce?
The twitch, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
That's more.
So that can be neck, it can also be toe, front foot. And that's the other thing, acupuncture points are not necessarily tied to the anatomical area that they're right next to. So I may say, oh, that's as long. It's like, that's nowhere near as long. It's not, but you know, that's
I've had to put like needles in my hand, and then I feel it in my foot.
yeah, exactly.
So Huckleberry.
And I'm not going to give you much other than the next stuff. Okay, spin around so they can see those sides. I do it.
So this is just another little random health note in case anyone's wondering why this horse is standing in the round pen by himself. Because he came in with no prior vetting, we quarantined for 30 days away from the other horses. So he's staying in that round pen for his first full 30 days in rescue, so we can make sure that if he did have any type of, you know, illness or virus, that we're not spreading it to the herd.
See, on the other side, we got both points. And here, he just did that one point.
Now, what did he do? How did they react?
He flinched a little.
The muscles twitch right there.
Every time you hit that acupuncture point, it comes up here, nothing happens. Right down the
Oh,
middle.
see. Oh, that was profound.
Yeah. So you hit the point. And that's why, like, some horses are really ticklish, so you pay attention to am I just running over like the general area, or am I actually like hitting an acupuncture point? So, I'm shooting for the acupuncture point, because, when you get a little more detailed, I mean, you had the general area for the bladder meridian, correct?
Yeah.
But actually, the bladder meridian splits about here at the shoulder and goes like that, and then comes back together,
And then
and then
comes
does some
down.
stuff. So, but when you run your hand over, you cover both of them.
I just a wide swath, you know?
Which is why, and that's part of the reason why I choose to do my pen
Like
strokes
that.
that way, so that I cover
Ah,
both,
Okay,
rather than trying to find exactly the line that I'm supposed to be on.
Okay.
It's okay. So yeah, he's actually in really good shape. The only thing that's really lighting up on him is those 2 points on his shoulder, which makes me wonder, he's quarter horse, right? Or what is he, we know?
Quarters or gas.
He tries, right?
he tries.
Okay. He tries very well, yeah. So, the question is, at some point in his life, and he did have long toes, you said before all
He
this?
did. His feet were pretty, he had long toes and it was pretty cracked the day he came in.
Okay. So, more than likely, you know, that extra strain on those front feet.
Toes. You're gonna have long toes.
So, you know, you use those muscles to hold yourself up when you're trying to avoid using those feet as much.
Ah.
Stop being a cat.
Give him a little slap on his leg.
Yeah. So, what I would do, like with him, I kind of go back and forth because it is both sides. If it had just been, you know, a little bit of front leg on this one side, I might have just done acupuncture to just the one side. But had, you know, this lit up, a little bit of soreness here, a little bit on that hip, maybe a little blip on his hock or something like that, I would go through and adjust him completely, which we are, just so that you can see what my process is. But the idea would be to go through and say, okay, well, we've got a 2 here, a 1 here, a 3 here, a 2 there, you know. And once I get done, go back through and recheck him, what went away, what gray noise kind of wiped it out, and what's left, what's still sensitive. And that's our real problem area. And so then we know either to do further treatments, do further acupuncture, or I can say, okay, that stifle is still lighting up. We work on him, you know, one more time, it's still lighting up. It's time to go somewhere and get that x-ray, get it ultrasounded, maybe get it injected. Hey. So,
Little one, figure it out.
yeah. So, or, like say, same thing, if when we were talking about the electroacupuncture, if all that was sore was this back and everything else was good, I would just hook up electroacupuncture and go with that. And because what, my fee schedule on it is, I don't charge anything to check them. Again, same thing with the dental, because I want people to ask. But it's $100 to do chiropractic or acupuncture and $150 to do both. So basically, the more work you give, or the more work your horse needs, the better deal I'll give you, or try and work it out. So, I try and do what the horse needs for the owner, so I check them and say, okay, yes, you need chiropractic, or yes, you need acupuncture. And, if they need chiropractic, we do chiropractic and check them again. And if there's still stuff lighting up, then I'll say, okay, do you want to add acupuncture or not today? You know, because of either timing or, if I have a horse that's really, really needle shy and the owner doesn't want to sedate, doesn't want to do, acupuncture, we do have the option, like say, of going to herbs or going to food therapy temporarily, or even putting, like I say, it's complementary therapy. I'm cool with putting them on equiox or bute for a week or whatever to kind of get everything toned down so that they will let us work on them. But conversely, I have, like I said, my personal gelding foundered real bad. I can do chiropractic to him all day long. I can do his shots and his coggins, full blood, give injections. He's even a teaching horse I use for students. Not a problem. You put an acupuncture needle in an acupuncture point, he loses his mind. You cannot do acupuncture. He just can't tolerate it. Whereas other horses that, well, kind of like Love, you can tell him Love, is not a big fan. You know, at the time, if they're really sore and really upset,
Yeah, I know.
they don't, I may not want to, for my personal safety, be all up in their business doing my chiropractic stuff. Whereas we can do acupuncture and I'm like, and poke. And we're gonna step away for a minute, and poke, and step away for a minute. So it's helping the horse, but safety of the people involved, and what can we do? All right, so. We'll move them out of it. Okay. I'll let him.
So the other thing with this particular horse is he actually has absolutely no training. He's just really good natured, so he's a little.
Yeah, we were told no halter rope and like get him on the trailer, but he let me get it on there. after
He
about
said, "These girls
5.
have food. I'm out of here."
So we'll see how far we can delay all the So, similar to what, Jessica was talking about as far as nose to tail, only I don't do the order of nose to tail, but nose to tail gets worked on when I do, chiropractic. So typically, what I start with is hip, and there's some that are through adjustment, and some that are, just pressure and letting them use their body weight, find something that's comfortable for them. So, a lot of older horses, when I'm working on this, the hips, the way I'm doing right now, will find a comfortable spot and then lean into me, and maybe even cock a leg and get quiet. If they move over immediately, then they're done, and they don't need, any more work in that area. But I have had some old ones lean on me for a good minute and a half before moving over, and, or come back and get out, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta move. And then, like I say, I go joint by joint. So, kind of like one of those wooden snake toys from Cracker Barrel, that kind of, clicks. That's what I'm feeling, hey, what I'm feeling for when I go down the neck. So I want to feel that each joint gives. And the thing is, an older horse is going to have a little arthritis, he's going to be a little stiffer. So I don't expect them to give me as loosely as, say, a 3-year-old Aram. That better be a snake that doesn't, doesn't have any hesitation. But he's, straight. Is he fussing with the halter or is he?
I think so.
Okay.
I think we're still.
Oh.
You want to swap out for Lori or you want to, I can do anything, you don't bother me.
If you're comfortable, if he tries to act up too much, we'll switch him.
Okay.
Right now, he's just being a little stubborn. Everyone's willing to put their horse.
That's right, everybody's volunteer.
I don't care.
Here, come in. Working in a circle. So, I don't, like, this is mine, I'm really cross eyes or things, I want them to know, I want to see what their response is. So, I may have a horse that backs in
It's just
circle.
partly messing with
I want him to get his head. And when I'm doing my adjustments, I said, you don't have to be a bodybuilder to adjust the horse because you're doing each individual joint. And where I'm actually positioning myself is in line with their anatomy. So when I feel that joint from the tension, I just give a little brush. So if you can basically slam a car door, it's not even that much pressure. And I'm just basically popping it really quick to get a little range of motion change. I don't know, look at the other side. But I typically, if they don't, especially if they don't know what's going on, I let them walk, I let them work it out. But, like I said before, I run into gated horses that don't know how to flex. And so sometimes it's a training, learning curve, more so than just getting a feel for it. So, and there is sometimes, a delayed response. I may not get an immediately when she or go on. It may take them a minute or two, or 30 seconds or something to consider whether it's a good idea or not. All right, for demonstration purposes, we can